It is primary season. It is underway. Early voting already underway. It started February 12th. It runs through this weekend. And we got some pretty big races as we head towards the primary. The primary is this Tuesday. Can you believe it? I feel like we've been talking about it, the build-up. I've been able to interview many of the sheriff candidates here in Mecklenburg County, but that's not the only race that we're focusing on. Julie Kay is here because, of course, we're talking about politics. So, of course, we have Julie Kay here. Julie, I mentioned Mecklenburg County Sheriff, that race. What else are you tracking? You're doing a whole preview.
Yeah, we're bringing back Flashpoint, which
Yes.
is going to be here in the Live Impact studio. And so our first episode will be airing on Monday, which we shot today, focusing on all those important races. You mentioned Mecklenburg County Sheriff's race. That is obviously huge, especially after that House Oversight hearing. So it went pretty viral, of course, specifically with McFadden speaking to Republican legislators there. Also, we have to mention the Senate race. Democrats will only have Roy Cooper to choose from, former governor and former attorney general. But couple contenders on the Republican side in the primary. Of course, Michael Whatley is the main name here. He is the former RNC chair. He has the endorsement of President Trump. Trump having won North Carolina in the last 3 presidential elections. So that's a really big endorsement. It'll be interesting to see once we get past the primary how big of an endorsement that is at this point. North Carolina also has gone blue for the governor for the past few terms. So that's going to be really interesting to watch. It puts North Carolina in the national light, of course.
Yeah.
It could be flipping a seat. We don't know yet. So we got a chance to speak with Mecklenburg County chairs of the Republicans and Democrats. We also spoke with Chris Cooper at Western Carolina University, who was able to give us kind of a big picture of the state. Interesting, though, what Republicans and Democrats think about, the impact of the viral clip from the House Oversight Committee. Democrats don't think that will have too much sway. Republicans do. Same thing with the, Senate race. It was interesting to hear from the Republican chair about how much chance does anyone else have? Also, we look at Senator Berger, Senate President Pro Tem right now.
Yeah.
He's probably the most political person at the important political person at the General Assembly right now, and he's got a huge competitor going against him. So we could have a lot of shakeups too that are outside of our viewing area, but will have impacts on us when we talk about legislation, specifically the state budget that we don't have yet.
And I believe and correct me if I'm wrong, is the first congressional district, is that in
so.
Don Davis?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so I know there's a lot of important races as we had. Again, this is the primary, again, within the own parties, their respective parties. And then, of course, those two parties will go or multiple parties will go toe-to-toe as we get to the general election. But yeah, anything that sticks out, there's always some parity. There's always something that happens. But any major thing that sticks out for you? That you're interested in seeing, I guess.
I was very intrigued when Professor Cooper was talking about voter turnout. We've actually so far seen, again, it's early voting.
Yeah.
Already seen a better turnout at this point than in the presidential election, which is really interesting. So we don't usually, of course, in this type of election, any non-presidential election gets a lower turnout. But I think that it's going in the direction that this one will be really, really big. This is one of the most important elections North Carolina's probably ever had.
This feels like another presidential election. It feels like we're doing 2024 all over again.
Well, when we talk about how national this Senate race is, because you think about the implications, like this is one of the only seats that Democrats have a chance of flipping now that Tom Tillis has stepped aside. It'll be close if they actually do that, but the fact that there is a chance, and there aren't a chance in many other places, think about how slim the majority is right now for the Republicans. Getting rid of that majority, if that's even a possibility, would be a huge blow to President Trump's goals, his initiatives, his ability to get things through the legislature. So if that ends up being, at the fault of North Carolina, that keeps us on the national stage for a long time.
It reminds me of this race. Obviously, folks are looking at Roy Cooper and Michael Whatley as the two guys. Granted, we still have a primary, even though Roy Cooper doesn't have a challenger in the primary. But it reminds me so much of the the Senate race in Georgia several years back, where Warnock and Ossoff, like those seats had not been flipped Democrat in so long, and it tipped the majority, and it took those important seats away from Republicans in a state that is normally a lot of those congressional seats are held by Republicans.
very
So
red.
it very much reminds me of that.
Yeah.
Even though talking about two candidates.
Well, you're talking about names that we still are relevant right now.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
two names that people remember, and I think that's kind of the point here. Is it's been years since that's happened, and we're still talking about it because it was huge.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what we're looking at right now.
Julie, when can are you going to be on the news today?
I am.
You've been doing a lot
Surprise.
today, so I
Surprise.
had to ask.
We're going to do, so the Flashpoint episode, our first one here in the Live Impact studio with me and Ben Thompson, that's
Yeah.
going to be with all three of those interviews Monday,
Okay.
the day before the primary. But today we're going to have a preview, so you can hear a little bit from MEC GOP, MEC Dems at 4 and 5.
Nice, Julie K. All things politics. I'm looking forward to seeing Flashpoint. Again, I'm glad we brought
Me
it
too.
back.
I'm glad
Interesting
we brought it
stuff.
back too. There's a lot going on.
A lot going on in a good way.
Yes.
Julie K., thank you for your time.
Thank you.